यस डॉक्टर साहब, नमस्कार।
Oh, namaskar.
यू आर लुकिंग सो शार्प। ठीक अच्छी माय वीडियो ऑडियो
Yeah, one sec. Yes, absolutely. Good, good.
एंड आज ଆପଣ ମୋ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ କଥା ହେବାକୁ ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି ବୋଲି କାହିଁ କିଛି ଲେଖି ନାହାନ୍ତି ତ ଲିଙ୍କଡଇନରେ? I'm just kidding ପରେ ପକେଇବା, we'll take a, yeah, because children's DPDP, right, children's data privacy, it would be a great interest, especially not only for enterprise world, for even parents, citizens, right? So it's a good topic we choose today.
Okay, I made it live also onto YouTube.
Okay,
So I don't know how much people will be watching, but anyway, I've made it
that's
live.
fine. So when it will start? It's already started. So
Yeah, it has started.
oh,
Live
so okay,
streaming has
okay, then it's
started.
good. So we will be cognizant of what we are discussing, and we'll talk in only English, no Odia talk. But let me take a thumbnail. I'll just take a thumbnail. Can you put a smile on your face, Dr. Mishra?
Yes.
Yes, taken. Let's go ahead.
Okay, so we are ready.
Yes.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode on India Career Center podcast. Today, we are going to talk on a topic which is like the follow up of the previous episode with Dr. Damodar Sahu. In the previous episode, we spoke about data privacy and how the DPDP Act is getting implemented and what are the implications for its implementation in India. Today, we will be focusing more on the category of people who are below 18 years, which is as per the DPDP Act, they are defined as children in the DPDP Act. To start our conversation, I've got some interesting data points to start with. So India has about 52 crores of young people, which is approximately 36% of the current population. And amongst them, the mobile penetration in India under the 18-year population is approximately 75 to 80%. So roughly about 40 crore people have access to mobile phone. And of course, in that there is a category that certain age group of people who are younger than, let's say, 14 years old, they have the access to phone at home. So that's about 35%. So roughly about 10 crore young people. And between age of 14 to 16, the use of social media and smartphone is about 80%. So a lot of young Indians are quite they have the access to mobile phone and they are using the social media. The last point which I have is about the students. So there are about close to about 25 crore young Indians who are in the school system. Of course, starting
Yeah.
from about 5 years or 3 years rather to the higher secondary level. And those who have graduated from high school have got into the colleges, slightly smaller segment. But then overall, if we look at the age of young people in India below the age of 18, between college and school, there are about approximately 25, 26 crore young Indians who are there in these systems. So, which means that there's a enormous amount of data which is getting generated and which is also getting used, especially when it comes to schools and colleges. They use a lot of data from this age category, not just for the children, but also their parents, what is the income, and so on and so forth. So, a lot of data is getting used in the system. So, we'll try and understand from Dr. Damodar Sahu today on how DPDP Act is actually helping us to look at these if I can call it, the vulnerable segment of India's population, which have very high exposure to data, very high exposure to social media, and their data is actually flowing across all the places. So, with those words, I welcome Dr. Sahu for the conversation today. Thank you once again, sir, for joining us.
Thank you, Dr. Misra. It's an honor. And the topic is very close to my heart because children today are growing up in a fully digital ecosystem. Their homework, entertainment, friendship, everything is online. So protecting their data and their dignity are protecting like their future. So it's a great topic to be in, and I appreciate your invite, Dr. Mishra.
Okay, so let's start from the basics. So,
Yeah.
as per the DPDP Act, so they have defined the age for Indian children to be at
Hmm.
18, which is different from the standards in US, which is COPA, which recognizes children as 13-year-old, and as per
Yeah.
GDPR, it is 16. So India has taken a different route in terms of defining this category under 18. So, to start with, can you explain why India has taken this stand and what is the benefit in this?
Absolutely. No, great question. There are three reasons, Dr. Mishra. So one is um, scale. India has, rightly you said, right, nearly, if I put it on million, 450 million digital miners. I will call it digital miners because I mean, when our kids are born, they're born with, that, right? Digital assets. So I will call them as a digital miners. And many are fast generation smartphone users with limited digital literacy. Second, the vulnerability. Children are soft targets for behavior profiling, addictive design patterns, identity theft, synthetic fraud, even emotional manipulation. You can easily manipulate kids below 18 years. Third, the legal consistency. 18 is the legal age for, let's say, contracts, banking, voting, marriage, in case of, I think, female. India align digital consent with all civil consent. So, India's message is very simple. Children deserve maximum protection, not minimum compliance. So that's why they have chosen that age, 18.
Fantastic. So just to understand why the COPA is putting it at a 13 and why GDPR has defined it at 16, is there any specific reason or I mean,
I
why
think
is
if you
this?
see, yeah, if you see the Western world, right, all Europe or US, totally different. So it depends on the culture, mostly your climate, food habit, right? And of course, religion also come to place, right? So that's why they decided 13, 16. But India, as you know, I mean, we only consider once somebody is 18, then we call them major, right? Otherwise, they are minor, right? So in that context, it is decided. So country-specific requirement based on how you want to protect your children or kids. So I think I welcome India's decision for 18 years. Yeah.
Okay, so the Act frames children as highly sensitive category. In simple
Hmm.
terms, what risk does the DPDP Act want to eliminate by raising the bar to 18? So what are we protecting from today's digital world? You rightly mentioned that they are digital minors or
Yeah,
prone. So what exactly we are trying to protect?
sure. So let me, under DPDP, companies must obtain uh, verifiable parental consent, avoid tracking and profiling children, I'm talking about the schools, colleges, or the companies to do business with, right? And prohibit target ads for children and collect only essential data. So data minimization is key, not only for children, for all category. Less data, better responsibility, right? Better clarity. If you collect unnecessary data, we know that. I mean, what happens if one data breach happens? Ensure safe design patterns. That means we call it privacy by design. Report breaches involving minors with urgency. And with this, the Data Protection Board of India officially notified, as you know, on November 13, 2025, enforcement is now real. Data breach happens, then penalty 50 crore to 250 crore. This changes everything for any. It can be edtech, edutech, gaming, social apps, applicable to even school, colleges, universities, right?
Okay. So, Dr. Sahu, I was actually trying to find out
Sure.
whether a school will be defined as a data fiduciary or not, which is still not very clear right now. I think the Act has not very clearly defined that. I guess the rules as it comes will be notified as to what is the quantity of data which will define the
Yeah,
fiduciaries.
yeah,
So
yeah,
right now the schools are probably not under the purview of fiduciaries. But then they are actually handling large amount of data, as I mentioned in the introduction.
correct.
So do you at some point of time see that the schools also will come under the purview of being a data fiduciary in future?
Absolutely. I see that it should definitely come, and there is a valid reason. Mostly the fraudsters or the cyber criminals, they always try to breach the school or middle school system to breach kids' data. That is more important than getting adult data. They target either kids or senior citizen. There are many reasons. In Western world, we have a social security number. Let's say in India, we have Aadhaar PAN. Of course, Aadhaar card is for everybody, right? If you can breach the data, and the data breach can lead to synthetic fraud. For an example, their PAN numbers may be having, or Aadhaar card may not be having alert place, right? So with permutation combination, with the help of the negative part of the AI, they can create millions of account, and they can apply credit card, bank loan, right? I mean, these are all actual records information, but it's not belongs to one person. Let's say your Aadhaar card, my name, or somebody's address, right? And and that synthetic fraud leading to financial crime. So if you can stop at the core, let's say privacy, the first line of defense. So of course, just to answer you in short, yes, schools should be also covered, because still all the schools we collect personal data of kids and parents.
Okay, now
Is it-
let's try and understand the global comparison. So if
Mhm.
global regulators are moving towards more autonomy for minors
Mhm.
online, what does
Mhm.
India stands signal about its broader philosophy on digital well-being and protection?
Yeah, so if you even last time also we covered the GDPR, or let's say global or Europe, and CCPA, and out of 50 states in US, 25 plus states have privacy law. And India DPDP is totally different because it is for 1.4 billion people. So it is for India, and at a scale how we can, safeguard the digital dignity or the privacy of 1.4 billion people. So it is totally different. I mean, if you can see the notification or the DPDP rule published last month, people are saying it is totally different than what's not there in even the GDPR or in CCPA, right? So it's totally government has taken. I mean, the Ministry of IT, MIT, Electronics and IT, and Data Privacy Board of India. I think they have taken a time, but it has come out very clear how we can actually safeguard all stages of the people in India. Rightly you said 445 crore. out of, let's say, 145 crore people, kids, and we have again young population more than, of course, than senior citizen. They have actually targeted how we can safeguard both minors or kids and senior citizen, as well as the the mid-age group. So that's why they made it totally clear, different, and almost rightly said, almost all the organizations are covered except few government. And of course schools, if not covered, I think I'll go through the publication once again, but I think that should be covered because of the reason I explained you earlier. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess the edtech industry, I think they are already covered. So
Yes,
because I
edtech is
think
covered.
edtech
Yeah.
is
EdTech, gaming,
exploding.
social apps, yeah, social apps, all are covered. Yeah.
Okay, so on edtech right now, so
Hmm.
edtech is basically exploding in India. I think in all respect, there's so much of activity happening on online learning um,
Yeah,
for every age group actually. So, so I mean, how practical it is for these edtech platforms to create a system where they are able to take parental consent,
yeah,
data collection, all this for millions of people, actually, millions of students in India. So, how practically it is possible, and how much of that is being already done?
sure. Let me even add gaming and social applications. So let's just break it down for, let's say, EdTech. So we know EdTech collects huge volumes, you said, attendance, scores, biometric, learning behavior of our kids. DPDP forces a reset. Again, minimal data collection, what is required only to be collected, transparent parent dashboards, no cross-selling. You can't use that data for cross-selling, upselling. No art-based models for minors. This is all the, one, two, three, four mandate. Let me come back to the gaming. Gaming apps must now eliminate behavioral tracking, loot box manipulation, targeted ads, and dark patterns. They have to eliminate. Then let me come back to the other one, social platform. We know kids are always there. Gaming application must introduce age-related experiences, DM filters, the direct message filter, anti-harassment controls, no anonymous profiling. Should not do it. So the world of design changes completely for edtech and by what do you call gaming as well as social applications, Dr. Mishra.
But currently, as I know, I mean, because I got two late teenagers at home, so
Mhm, mhm.
we keep getting even today for admission of our children into different colleges, which means that our data has traveled across to many
Yeah,
places in India.
right.
So this DPDP Act, I don't know how much of that information or the knowledge has got into this education industry as such. But are there really making some specific efforts in terms of making sure that education industry is seriously learning about the implications of the data sensitivity and not to use the data for cross-selling? You mentioned about not cross-selling.
And
So how
they
much of
must do
that is
it
being
now.
done actually?
They have to do it with immediate effect if they are not doing it. Otherwise, they will be penalized up to 250 crore. Fine. They have to do is that is clearly mandated. No cross-selling, no art-based models for minors, minimum data collection, and absolutely transparent parental dashboard. And they cannot track, no targeted ads you talk about, no dark patterns. They have to do that. And they must stop doing with immediate effect. I'm sure they have to implement it immediately. If they are not doing, they will be shut down. One data breach, I mean, nobody will go to that particular tech company or social platform or gaming. Yeah.
Okay, so so which means that education institutions, edtech platforms, gaming platforms, they will not be able to cross sell or share data to others. But then,
Absolutely not.
how do
Yeah.
they actually get advantage of this? I mean, do you see that they will be able to benefit out of this in a long term?
Yeah, I mean, they have to stop doing it if they are doing it. Benefit, you see, I mean, I mean, if the tech companies are really giving better platform for kids and parents are convinced and kids are growing, so that should be their marketing brand. I mean, they should stand tall among how they perform compared to other tech company, right? But they should not actually do cross sell, or they should not use kids data for other purpose, right? So they have to stop doing it. I mean, yeah, I mean, it just came last month, so I'm sure they must be taking precautions, or they must be setting up the privacy, or they should use the unified privacy automation platform. Currently they are using many fragmented silos application or tools, but that is not enough to compliant with India's DPDP Act. So they must stop doing it, and they must use unified privacy automation platform.
Okay, now that the data protection board has been
Yeah.
initiated and established already, so how do you expect enforcement on children's data to begin? And what will be regulators look for first? I mean, uh, India with such a gigantic data
Yeah.
movement, such a gigantic challenge.
Hmm.
So, how do you see this problem being addressed by the Data Protection Board? I mean, it's certainly a huge challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. Because a fast of its kind, and data protection board recently, I mean, formed, and yeah, I mean, all the enterprises, including edtech, gaming, social apps, all have been given notified, right? That they have a time 12 months to 18 months. And within that time period, they have to stay compliant, and they have to be DPDP compliant, right? Otherwise, they will face the music from DPI, Data Protection, DPP, DPPI, we can say, right? Data Protection Board of India. So it's a let's wait and watch. But yes, if you ask me, there are stringent rules and fines. We all know that, and of course, it is not going to happen immediate. Whatever the timeline has been given, all the companies doing business, especially the head tech, gaming, and social apps, they have to stay compliant.
Okay, for any message you would like to give it to the leadership team, basically. So, leaders often struggle between frictionless onboarding and responsible data use. When it comes to children's data, what should CEOs optimize for growth,
Absolutely, yeah.
governance, or trust?
Yeah, yeah. No, great question, Dr. Mishra. So companies, or let's say edtech, or gaming, or social apps, they often fear that strict rules may slow growth, right? I always see the opposite. Trust is the new growth engine for edtech, gaming, as well as social media application. There are reasons. Parents will choose platform that respects privacy of their kids and parents. Schools will choose edtech partners with compliant systems. Let's say some school is choosing some edtech partner. They will see the edtech partner should respect privacy, and they stay fully compliant with DPDP. Governments will endorse platform that protect minors. So these are the three things I see and advise the uh, leadership team at those companies. Privacy is not a cost, it is a competitive advantage. So don't worry about upselling, cross-selling, sharing data. What you are going to get, you will get nothing. Whether you will be penalized, and one data breach can shut down your shop. So privacy is not a cost; it is a competitive advantage.
Okay, now coming to the role of technology. So, where do
Mhm.
you AI-powered privacy solutions like your own organization, which has got a product called the Unified Privacy Automation?
Mm.
How do you see this getting implemented in the organizations, companies? Can tech
Sure.
companies manage consent, verification, and minimization at scale?
Sure, sure, sure. Before that, I want to address a couple of the challenges or the struggle these organizations are taking. Uh, their current challenge at this moment is accurate age verification, parent consent verification, mapping children's data across, let's say, 20 plus systems, because they have silo systems that don't talk each other for different KPI. They have a different principal request, continuous compliance audit, right? And manually people are managing. That is impossible for 45 crore, 450 million, digital humans, right? Or kids, rather than I should say, right? Then automation is not an optional, it is essential. So that's why just to answer your question, how we are, or our unified privacy automation powered by our AI ML patented technology, solves it. I'll tell you very simple way. UPA, I mean Unified Privacy Automation, we call it UPA. UPA is built exactly for this moment. You know, it is make in India, made for India. Autonomous data discovery. What does it mean? At any given point in time, any data structure, semi-structure, unstructured, structure, right? Any database, it can be SaaS, shadow IT system. It goes, identifies minors data on real time. Where are the minors or kids sensitive as well as non-sensitive data? Also, it identifies over collecting or over collected data. It will identify, classify, map, I mean, over collected data. This data was not supposed to collect, for an example. Also, it will identify high risk elements. Where are the risk involved? Which data have a more risk? Then also it will do a profiling indicators. It is few seconds or a minute. It don't take months. Now it takes months because they do manually. Then you ask for consent. Let's say parental consent automation. Unified privacy automation provides digital consent workflow, verifiable signature-based approval, life cycle manager of entire consent, auto revocation if misuse is detected, auto revocation if misuse is detected. Today I sign a contract, tomorrow me or my kids, they can go and they have all the rights to edit, erase, delete that consent. At this moment, no, because everything is manual. Third, the AI infuse safe enforcement. What does that mean? No target ads I talk about. So it can, our unified privacy automation can enforce no target ads, limited data collection, no dark pattern, real-time safe mode for minors. So it is all automated. Then our unified privacy automation also do this risk scoring or early warnings while doing the privacy impact assessment. If a children's data is at risk, UPA alerts the privacy team, the product team, as well as the security team instantly, because it is automated and it's all built on patented AI ML, which is on responsible and ethical AI. Then automated breach response. If any breach happens, EPA creates regulatory ready notices, parent notification, and evidence trails. Then the compliance proof pack for data, let's say data protection board for audits or for boards, one click generates a full compliance dossier. What does it mean? We have a compliance audit and we have a DPO dashboard, and with a single click it generates how compliant you are with respect to, let's say, DPDP in this case. So these are the unique or USP, or I can say secret sauce for our unified privacy automation platform. Dr. Mishra, is that
Fantastic. No, I think
yeah,
it's really very, very comprehensive
yeah, yeah,
for making sure that there is a protection, and the DPO is totally empowered along with the
yes,
entire chain of stakeholders in any organization. That's fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I want to add
this,
in one
yeah,
sentence, sorry to cut you.
yeah, yeah.
So the way I describe how our unified privacy automation is built in India, built for India, or make in India, made for 145 crore people, right? Or let's say 45 crore for children under 18. So privacy on UPA runs on autopilot mode. So, and it is on supervised learning, no LLM exposure. It's custom built, and the AI ML engine at this moment is performing at the rate of 99.54% accuracy. None of the products available in the market at this moment, I can proudly say that we are the number one at this moment.
Fantastic. And does the DPDP Act also stipulates platform like yours to make sure that the data center actually is stationed within India? Is there a rule like that?
So in our case, it doesn't apply because we do not touch the data of our clients. For an example, in this case, let's say tech or uh, gaming or any enterprise. What does it mean? We always prefer on-prem or the enterprise cloud. So we don't touch their database. So our installation is implementation is very simple. With a single Docker image, we can install in their on-prem or their enterprise cloud. So data doesn't come to our platform. So let's say, the, as you know, I mean, the data should reside in India. Of course, all our customers, they have their policy. So anyway, doesn't apply to us because we don't take their data. We don't touch their data. Their data resides there and we don't touch their database. So we just simply install with a single Docker image. It's all in their environment.
Okay. So now looking at the big young or
Hmm.
later video. So what would that be to explain them?
Sure. As you are addressing for parents as well as kids, so I can say in three, parent trust, global, let's say for an example, tech companies also, uh, they are there and they do business outside or the overseas tech company also they come to India and do business, right? So I always say that privacy is no longer a checkbox and Data Protection Board of India is watching now. It's on real implement. I mean, you have to implement it. Rule is enacted, published. So, as I told you, privacy is no longer a checkbox. It is the backbone of responsible growth. If you want to do business in India, especially with kids and children, then you have to stay compliant. Absolutely, there is no other way. And the way you have to stay compliant and be a trustworthy company in India to grow there, please ensure that you have the right product who addresses end to end of DPDP compliant. So nothing to worry, but we have a time to cover. It doesn't mean that overnight you can stay compliant. It takes time with respect to your data process as well as you must having a lot of third-party vendors, right? So I suggest always that run the privacy impact assessment on your data process and third party, then start the consent in parental consent, then do the data discovery, any data set, and unnecessary data, no need to collect it. Even if you collect it, once the confidential data discovery identify all the sensitive, non-sensitive, please redact it on regular basis. Once you redact, redaction is permanent. Once you redact it, and absolutely there is a minimum, right? I mean, even though the data breach happens, there won't be any impact on those data breaches, right? And yeah, so I think this is the way, Dr. Mishra. I think people can do implementation. They have time and they should do it and they should stay compliant with respect to DPDP.
Okay, so since we are doing this live now, so can you also briefly explain about the data safeguards, India operation details, so that people who are looking at partnering with tech platforms like you for data
Sure,
privacy,
sure, sure.
they'll be happy to. connect with you. So can you briefly explain about your operation in India?
Sure, sure, sure. Absolutely. As we are closing, so children's identity today is digital before it is physical. We all know that. Every click creates a footprint. Every app shapes the future. So DPDP Act is a reminder that protecting children's data is protecting India's future. And with platform like Data Safeguards Unified Privacy Automation Platform, where we have our development center in Pune, Bangalore, Bhubaneswar is also our global R&D center, and our implementation center got across almost all the major cities. And yeah, if you want to learn, if you want to join, if you want to understand more about us, very simple, Data Safeguard India, and we all are visible in our LinkedIn, and go to our website datasafeguard.ai, and look at us and look at us in LinkedIn. Reach out to us if you want to understand more. Even if you are into art tech, gaming, and social applications, apps, doing business in India, we are happy to partner with you. Other than the clients, any partners, if you are boutique in nature, system integrator, consulting partner, if you are listening to us, if you want to partner with us, this is a way we can do business together and to safeguard the 45 crore or 450 million digital minds in India. So thank you,
Okay.
Dr. Mishra, and
Okay,
thank you
before
everyone
we
listening.
close, I have one more question. So let's
Sure.
say there is a edtech platform or a educational institute who wants
Hmm.
to, start this journey with you, with your
Yeah.
team here in India.
Yeah.
So can you define what are the, major steps and what could be the timeline to implement the entire gamut of privacy, data privacy for their clients?
Sure, sure, absolutely. So our product is ready. It's Make in India, made for India, and we are registered under DPIIT, that is Startup India. We have full place operation team all in India. I mean, no need to, though a couple of us operating out of US. So though we have a 7 products under the flagship product called ID Privacy, that Unified Privacy Automation platform, but you don't need to worry about taking all our 7 products. We can start with consent management. Our consent management is basically cookie preference management, that is unified and universal consent management, that we can start with. And we should do a confidential data discovery. It is on real time AI infused. So it will go to your existing data set and identify where are the sensitive, non-sensitive information, right? And then the third, we should do a privacy impact assessment that will give you a clarity. Where are your gaps? Where are your risk scores, risk analysis, right? And if you can start with the consent, data discovery, and privacy impact assessment, I think you will get a better understanding of where exactly you are. Then you can do the confidential data redaction, data subject access request, or data principal access request, then compliance audit. Then as a DPO, you will get your dashboard to operate, and you will get to know how compliant you are with respect to DPDP, at what percentage. So it is there is no technology burden on your existing IT team. I can say zero integration required. We have 100 plus integrations already running. I mean, foolproof, right? With a single Docker image, we can install in your environment. That means your cloud or on-prem or enterprise cloud within 2 weeks. It won't take even more than 2 weeks. Very simple. We kept it. And yeah, so looking forward to partner with you. If you're listening and want to touch with us, so please reach out to me and our team in India.
Fantastic. That's fantastic. So I really encourage those who are watching us or going to watch us later on to reach out to Dr. Sahu or his team in India. And we'll share all those details in the show notes also. So, Dr. Sahu, thank you so much for explaining everything so nicely in simple terms so that it is understandable by most of the audience in India and across the world. So, thank you so much for your time today.
No, no, thank you, Dr. Mishra. Always pleasure to be on your show and talk about a sensitive topic. And today is literally a sensitive topic for data privacy for our kids.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Namaskar. YouTube is still on, I can see. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, YouTube, I think the stream will happen after some time. Huh?
Oh, okay, okay. But I can see.
There is a gap actually.
There is a, yeah, latency, right? I mean, it takes a
Right,
couple of,
right.
yeah. Now thing is stopped. YouTube is
Okay.
stopped. Right.
O- Okay. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your
No, thank
time.
you, thank you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Once
Thank you.
ready, let me know. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. Then we will
Okay.
have another topic next week, some different topic on
Sure.
privacy. All right.
Okay.